Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
There you go. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, Luke. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for your patience today. I just had a session went over a little bit, but here we
Oh,
are. So,
not a problem. Thanks for getting me in.
so tell me, how things been over the last week? What tips?
They've been amazing.
Okay,
Um, the
awesome.
weekend was definitely a challenge. Like it was a big time challenge. There was a ton of stressors came up.
Yeah,
Um, but then come Monday, well, the rest of last week. So I mean Thursday night, Friday, without a hitch, not a problem.
yeah,
Friday night and spawning off until like Monday afternoon, like you couldn't have more triggers. Like I was just full of anxiety and stress
yeah.
to like to the hilt.
Okay,
So I did a lot of tapping,
yeah.
a lot of journaling.
Okay,
Um, but I was like I was really touchy. Like it was touch and go.
yeah.
And then I'm starting to kind of get some more work coming in.
Cool.
Um, but it's getting sporadic. So I lost the one spot. So I'm trying to like dabble in different places, trying to get everything done and
Okay,
organized again.
yeah.
Um, so didn't have a drink, didn't have a drink, didn't have a drink. I got I got riled up on Tuesday night,
Okay,
and I ended up having two beers and a glass of wine.
okay. Tuesday night.
And the wine, like it just happened. It was just so quick, and then I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
It was almost to the point, and then I was kind of just. I ended up talking like having a good heart to heart with my dad, which I haven't had in a long time.
yeah. Okay,
So then I ended up having a beer with him,
okay.
and then I went to my room, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what am I doing?" I felt horrible,
Yeah,
and I couldn't sleep,
yeah.
and I ended up having the last one there. They don't keep a lot of alcohol or beer at their house.
Okay, all right.
And then I just had the last one there, and then
Okay.
I fell asleep, and then woke up in the morning, and for the whole day yesterday, I felt horrible. Like
Okay.
and when I was having that sip of beer, like I could hear my brain speaking to me, right?
Yeah.
I don't hear voices, but
Then you're
I
not
can hear
alive.
it.
You're not.
It's
I love like it's like everyone hears voices all of the time. It's like it's called your mind, so it means that you're alive and you're a normal human being. Although I don't like that word.
and it's telling me like it's telling me like don't do it right, journal, watch your video, tap. And I was just so like bombarded with
So
everything.
stop. So since we did our last session last Thursday, it's now Thursday a week later. The only time you drank was Tuesday,
Correct.
and you drank two beers and one wine,
Correct.
and that's it.
That's it.
So you mean you're not perfect?
Yeah, not at all.
Oh man,
And
you,
it didn't
you,
even, I just felt like crap. Like I felt like shit afterwards. I felt like not just because I'm so hard on myself. Like I'm very,
sure.
very hard on myself.
So
And
typically, go ahead.
oh, that's it. Yeah, like I just felt really bad for doing it. And I went back last night, and it was the same thing. It was just like all these little habitual things that I'm doing, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and it was just pure habit. And
So
my head is
yeah,
telling me not to do it.
in a typical week prior to us working together and you not being in a rehab, how many drinks would you have drank? So it's been 7 days. You drank one night, two beers, one wine. Other than me, other than when you went to the rehab, normal week, how much would you have drank?
At least 30 to 40 drinks.
All right, so 30 to 40 drinks. And so you basically drank 37 less drinks.
Yeah. And I on it like the first night, I again I was watching the habits, like my habitual things. So I started to change them a little bit. That worked out well. Friday morning, all day Friday, nothing. Not even didn't even cross my mind. Um Saturday, Saturday from like right in the morning, and it was just trigger, 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 trigger.
Yeah.
Saturday all the way through Sunday was fine. Sunday night came along, and then that was the first time where I was actually like, fuck, I could use a drink. I could use a drink right now. And then I went into the journaling, I went into the tapping, and that went away. Monday, sort of the same thing. And then Tuesday, I didn't do it. I didn't watch the one video that I was told to watch. I didn't journal. I was in like zombie mode. I call it.
That was on Monday.
That was Tuesday.
Before you drank.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I didn't do it.
Great. Thank you for being honest. So, and people are watching this. This is real. Like, oh my God, Scotty's had this problem for 20 some odd years, and you mean in one session it didn't fix everything totally, completely? No, this is real. This is a real life, real situation. So thank you for being honest.
And I was talking to Bronwyn about it too, because I told her Wednesday, because she's been asking and been very, very supportive. And I told her, and I'm like, fuck, like, I feel bad. Like, I don't know if I should not tell Luke or tell Luke. Like, I'm just going to tell him.
Just tell me. Yeah, this only works when we're 100% honest. So basically, you've only got 95% better in one session. Damn it, Scotty. Well, you've only got 95% better.
I'm happy.
You only
I would have been happy with
37 less drinks in the last week. Oh, shame on you. This is terrible. Oh my God. So this is why we're not doing one session.
Yeah, man.
Why we're here today. But you said something you said a lot of interesting things. One of the very interesting things is before you even drank on Tuesday evening, already in that day you decided, I ain't tapping the techniques I gave you last week. I ain't listening to the recorded. I ain't journaling. I'm already done with this. And then later on in the day, you drank.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that happens, right? It's almost before we do the habit, before we do the issue, is already earlier on in the day, we've made some decision, consciously or unconsciously. I'm done today. I'm just so and it shows up. You don't journal, you don't tap, you don't listen to the recording. Then later on comes and you haven't got that support there for that day, and then all the demons are still there because we're fresh into this process. So even when you don't feel like it, even in the times where you feel you're going to do the behavior anyways, still do it. Even if you feel you're only doing the techniques half-heartedly, do it. Then if you do your issue, then you do your issue, but still do the technique, because success leaves clues. You're tapping, you're journaling, you're listening to recording, clean. Tuesday, I ain't journaling today. I ain't tapping, ain't listening to your hypnotic recordings. Oh, lo and behold, later on in the evening, all these triggers are here. I don't have that support because it hasn't been wired into my brain yet to do this stuff automatically or inside my body to naturally do that process. And then you reach for the drink. So, moral of the story is no matter what, even if you feel this is worthless, this isn't going to help. And I know you don't feel that way because it already does help you. Still do it. Even if you're like, no matter what happens, I'm going to do this behavior later on, still do the technique. And then after you do it, then be like, all right, am I at the same place? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be like, hey, you know what? I don't want to do it. Make sense?
No, it does. Absolutely. It totally does. And that's all that's been on my mind. Absolutely works.
And to be honest, if you told me, and it sometimes happens, not all the time, if you told me, oh my God, I haven't done anything, I haven't had an urge, haven't had a craving, hasn't come into my mind, and I was using 30 to 40 drinks a day and I've done 3, and now I'm at 0, I would have probably looked at you a bit suspect. Like, all right, okay, it does happen, but...
Oh, of course, I can imagine.
Yeah, so tell me, tell me your 3 to 5 biggest triggers at the moment. So go back to Tuesday. Give me the top triggers for you.
It starts with anxiety, and the anxiety is brought on because I put myself under a lot of pressure. Like I work very well under pressure, but if say a link comes out and I have to manipulate what I have to do during out the day to satisfy customers, and and it doesn't sort of work out just because of the COVID and all that. And
I got
parts
it.
and order.
I got it. So anxiety, sounds like overwhelm. Too many balls in the air. You're juggling them all, but there's too many.
And trying to get answers, like trying to get answers for people when I don't have the answer from, you know, an outside source.
So anxiety, stress related to work, got you.
Yeah.
What else, if any, are the big triggers? Go back to
working on like getting my license. Like, so I'm trying to get my license back.
okay.
Like my full license back, and I bought a vehicle. Okay. And then because of my health issues, I just got a letter in the mail saying that they suspended my license.
Okay.
For health related reasons.
Okay.
Until I have all my appointments and checkups and my doctor signs off on everything again. But now I can't get in to see my doctor. So
all right. So
it's sort of got super excited about, you know, driving fully again and getting, you know, my freedom back and you know, all that sort of stuff. And then it sort of like put a halt on it, and that pissed me off a little bit. Stress,
anxiety, not having answers to questions for yourself or for your clients right now. Anything else?
Just triggered by just outside sources, outside people. But that's about it.
All right.
And loneliness. Oh, when I'm lonely and it's at night.
Yeah.
So when I was reading through my journal this morning, from last week, I've been following up, like when I have a craving, when I'm triggered. Well, I don't have my journal with me, but it starts at around 10 o'clock p.m. Yeah. If I don't fall asleep by 11:30, 12, that's when it gets really, really strong.
Yeah. Do you live by yourself, by the way?
No, I had to move back in with my parents my mom took a stroke, so I had to I take care of my mom and my dad.
All right. So it sounds like anxiety, stress, lot going on, not getting answers to questions immediately for yourself, for your clients, the stuff with the physical stuff. Okay. So it sounds like anxiety, stress, loneliness, which is a form of sadness, are underlining. So any other negative emotions that have popped up before the triggers, linked to the triggers?
I just get frustrated. Just frustration. Like it all sort of ties in with the frustration and the anxiety sort of go hand in hand with the situations.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Good. So let's get through that bit really, really quickly.